A town that was totally gone opens up for 1 day only, less than 3 months after the Hurricane Helene. Chimney Rock is actually a village located in Rutherford County, just east of Asheville. It used to be about 45 minutes away from Asheville. According to 2022 census, the population of Chimney Rock was about 220 people. I think it might have been a little more different by 2024, but after the hurricane, we are yet to find out the numbers. So as you can see, it's a very, very small town, but it made a lot of news. It was, the images from Chimney Rock specifically was just everywhere on social media, on YouTube, how it was so destroyed and labeled as totally gone. Well, today they are welcoming back visitors to showcase the progress that they made. And of course, I couldn't miss the opportunity to come here and look at everything that's been going on and what it all looks like right now, as well as show you and find out for myself if you can actually live in Chimney Rock. There's a new listing. This is the address. I'm a realtor and I scheduled a showing. And I asked the listing agent, I was like, is it accessible? He said, yes, but... If you look at the map here, you will see that Chimney Rock is located kind of in between Asheville, then you have Fairview, then Chimney Rock, ℂ𝕠𝕟, and all those other towns in Rutherford County. And we used to be able to get to Chimney Rock via this windy mountain road coming from Fairview. And this road, if you can see on the map here, also shows that it goes along the river. Well, that river completely destroyed the road. The road is basically gone, and the river rerouted itself and found a new path. So it all looks like everything was put in a blender. Sometimes it's even hard to tell where the road used to be. Property lines got all kind of blended and smushed and moved. So it's really been very, very bad. And there's a lot of properties that are and were located along that river, along that road, that were completely gone, destroyed. And so when I first saw on the news that Chimney Rock is going to be opened up, I was kind of surprised. I was like, well, wow, I mean, good for them, but what's exactly going to be opened? And then I think they changed to where now we are meeting, where everyone is parking at ℂ𝕠𝕟, which ℂ𝕠𝕟 is the next town over. It's a little bigger. It has the same name as the lake that's right behind me. Doesn't look much right now because it's winter. It's nice and brown, and the level is also low. But come summertime, it is one of those beautiful lakes that we have here in the area. It has a lot of attraction for tourists and locals. There's a ton of houses on the lake. Dirty Dancing was filmed in ℂ𝕠𝕟, so it has its famous moments. But this is the next town over. It's basically half a mile and you're in Chimney Rock. So everyone is parking in ℂ𝕠𝕟, and the shuttle will be running every 15 minutes to take people on a tour of what Chimney Rock looks like. There will be other festivities and Santa and free food, which I don't understand why they're giving free food away. I think they should make people pay for it and at least raise some money, but we'll see. I'm here to show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna go and look at a property that actually hit the market like a week ago. I honestly do not know what to expect myself, so come along. With elevation of about 1,000 feet above sea level and the highest peak of about 3,000 feet, some of those mountain communities, the area sits in an isothermal belt, providing a temperate climate year-round, and used to be within an hour's drive to major airports, including Asheville Regional Airport and Greenville/Spartanburg International Airport. And I say used to be is because at least a couple of, not major roads, but those pretty significant and crucial connectors between Asheville and Hendersonville, those roads were destroyed, and you have to go, a long way. So it's a little longer, but it's still within pretty good and short, relatively speaking, distance to two major airports. So there's a lot of volunteers that are directing the traffic and pointing people to the right direction. As you can see, there's this stage with performers and people just all around. And although here, like right here at this spot, it kind of sort of looks normal, I know it's not going to be the case when we're actually going to go to the village. It's been hard to witness this dramatic contrast, between the areas, like here it's fine, looks fine, appears to be fine, and then half a mile away, it's like a war zone. And last time apparently caused a lot of my, some stress to my body. I was in a lot of pain, so I hope it's not going to be the case. But either way, life goes on, and great thing about our community is that the community has been coming together in such a way that it just kind of blows your mind. Lures market that we just passed on the way here has been giving away food, feeding people like for weeks for free. And it's been the case for a lot of local businesses, not just in this area, but all around Western North Carolina, where people were just coming together and doing everything they can to support with either giving food or volunteering or bringing their skills and knowledge and materials and donations and financial assistance, all kinds of stuff. So that's been great. All right, let's go. So there's some vendors and there's live music, performances. There's also a Santa that you can take a picture with. And of course, we couldn't help ourselves and we took a picture with Santa too. All right, but now we need to get in line for a shuttle, because it looks like it's going to be quite a long line to get on it. There's a lot of people who want to go and look at Chimney Rock. And again, there's this push and pull between the fact that yes, the area needs businesses to open up, people need money to rebuild businesses, to open up their businesses. I know some locals though are not that thrilled with this whole event because they feel like people are intruding into their lives and what happened, and opening this up so that people can just come and stare at the destruction was kind of, insensitive. So, and I see it everywhere, in Asheville. When Asheville opened up, a lot of people were unhappy on one hand. On the other hand, businesses were just kind of, okay, we need visitors, we need business literally to survive. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we are number 9. And here is the itinerary for today. Wow. So this is in the back. I have this picture in the community tab of the channel. My son is standing right in front of this cafe where we went a couple years ago. We went there for breakfast with elves and ate green pancakes before going up the Chimney Rock State Park. But yeah, it doesn't look so good.
Always come here, but either you go straight to the beach, hiking, or up on Chimney Rock, like Chimney Rock State Park. We never actually been in ℂ𝕠𝕟 Inn and Spa. And it looks like a pretty cool building here. So we're gonna check it out while we wait for our number 9. And ℂ𝕠𝕟 itself is not much bigger than Chimney Rock. Population of ℂ𝕠𝕟 is about 1,600 people, so not huge. And you can't tell this, but in summertime, when it's a season, when it's a lake season, it blows up. There's so many people here, mainly tourists, of course, visitors, or people who have those lake houses and they come and stay at the lake. It's a great place for a lot of people who are looking for all kinds of outdoors recreational activities and opportunities to be on the lake, hiking, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Love you.
Thank you.
Love you too.
So it kind of feels like we are in a safari. We're not going to be able to get off the bus. They're just going to go through Chimney Rock Village and then come back. Last time I've been on a bus like this was 22 years ago when I had to take Greyhound from Hendersonville, North Carolina, all the way to New York because I was flying back home. That was 20 years ago, and that was a very, very long trip. So it kind of brings me memories of being on a bus like that. All right, let's go. So somebody who went on the bus right before us, when I asked them how was it, they were like, oh, it was worth it. I don't know. I'm like, I wouldn't call it was worth it. It was very shocking. It was not a good sight. As far as real estate goes, median sales price in Chimney Rock this fall has been $695,000, which was 67% higher than the same time last year. But of course, this metric or data point was taken from like 3 months ago because there were absolutely no sales, of course, this past 3 months. In fact, the last sale that happened in Chimney Rock was late August of 2024. The house went for like $1.6 million, and I'm afraid, I mean, I don't know, I don't think we're gonna be able to get to it, but I'm afraid this house was gone or severely damaged because it was right on the river, right on the river that blew up the whole road and took out most of Chimney Rock that was laying down by the river. And of course, now, as the tour guide told us on that bus, that it's gonna take 2 or 3 years to rebuild the road. What they're trying to do right now is they're trying to redivert the river into its original course. And so I talked to a few people, you know, anybody from locals who've been here to people who do a lot of, you know, environmental things and green builds and stuff like that. They are all saying that it may not be a good idea to not just rebuild in the same area, in the same part, but the biggest thing is that it's not a good idea to redivert the river into its original course. Apparently it happened before, like 100 years ago, when the river blew up and it made a new course. Over 100 years later, it did the same thing. So even though they're gonna fix everything and put the road where it used to be and redivert the river kind of knows where it once was or twice before. It's gonna happen again. It's just a matter of time. One of the main reasons they think that they are doing it, and they did it before, is because of property lines of people's properties. Because right now, a lot of property lines were smudged, so to speak. They were raised, they were just, they're not there. My question is, at what point, of course it's hard, like it's not my property, right? If it was my property, I would probably have a different opinion. But how far are we willing to go to reclaim people's property? How much of a risk are they willing to take again and again and again? It's easy for me to say that because those are not my properties. So I'm just curious. Put it in the comments. What do you think? Is that the right move or not?
I'll just let them know if they're at the barricade. They may or may not let you through without the pass, okay?
Okay.
But this is a great help and should help you get through.
Okay.
We just don't want to promise you like, oh, yep.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was like...
Yeah, we can't make the promise, but having all this and who you are, it shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, I'll just keep going straight and
Keep going straight until you hit the roadblock.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
With that being said about real estate, the market has been stagnant. There are 4 listings for sale in Chimney Rock. Not all of them are accessible. In fact, 2 of them are not accessible. They're still in MLS. I don't know why the listing agents will not even make any kind of remarks. This one just went on the market a week ago, and that's what I want to go and try and look at. We'll see how it's gonna go. So there's a manned checkpoint. There's another, I think, manned checkpoint down the road, and then there's a gate with a lock that I have the code for. And I'll take you on a little tour of a house that is for sale in Chimney Rock, although there's nobody who lives in Chimney Rock currently. So this flower bridge, as you can see, was completely, well, I mean, it's not completely gone, but might as well. And it had some rare plants and flowers on it, and I heard that locals were trying to save them. It's just mind-blowing. It's just heartbreaking, and I'm honestly having hard times seeing all this, and I would definitely not call it worth seeing. It's not like a zoo, and I hate zoos. I think they should be outlawed, but that's a different subject. There's a new listing. This is the address. I'm a realtor and I scheduled a showing, and I asked the listing agent, I was like, is it accessible? He said yes, but
Not today. We're not allowing anything. Who have you spoke with the mayor or?
No.
anybody? So this is not open to the public.
Okay.
Through here.
So there's no way to look at a property?
No, ma'am.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I was like,
We have banks,
we'll see.
Even today, we've had banks come through like, we want to check on our property. You know,
Yeah.
And it's.
So, as you could see, it is close to impossible to go and look at a house that nobody can live in right now. It's interesting. It's interesting how they even selling it or trying to sell it, which, you know, I get it. There are still people who want to sell and maybe people who want to buy. You have to go through, you know, jump through quite a bit of hoops to be able to even go past the checkpoint. These people are here to keep people away so that they don't cause more trouble and they don't have to be rescued, or, you know, they have enough work to do as it is. And so to answer the question, if you can still live in a town that was totally gone, short answer is yes. There are people who still live there, just a few residents who still live there, and they have passes, special passes, permission to go back and, you know, go back and forth from their house. Otherwise, not in the foreseeable future. You can't even go look at a listing that's for, it's an MLS fresh listing. I mean, you need to have a special permission. The town's infrastructure, of course, is damaged. Only people who own private wells and septics have the utilities. Otherwise, no running water, doesn't look like it, and no sewer. But of course, you can live outside of Chimney Rock. If you look at the map, Chimney Rock is just a little blip on the map. I mean, yes, it made a lot of news because of just like horrific destruction. But ℂ𝕠𝕟 is right next door. There's, I think, 76 listings in ℂ𝕠𝕟 right now. So you can still buy something and live there here in Chimney Rock, or go a little farther in ℧𝕧𝕠𝕠𝕠 and live in ℧𝕧𝕠𝕠𝕠. So it's a pretty spread out county. You know, it's not as populated as Buncombe County, for example. So you have a more relaxed, more quiet living here. I don't see how ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠, Chimney Rock will be blowing up with tourists anytime soon, because they need all this help to rebuild. And from our trolley tour, what we learned is that the lake used to be 85 feet deep, the deepest. Now it's only 20 feet deep. To hear my predictions about this area and Asheville area in general for 2025, tune in into my next video, where I'm gonna have my predictions and analysis of what's gonna happen in 2025. But for now, if you do choose to live in this area, and it is a beautiful area, don't get me wrong, ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠, ℧𝕧𝕠𝕠𝕠 are still not off the limits. They have plenty of schools to choose from if you have kids. They have Rutherford County schools, and I think there are 3 different regions or 3 different areas for county schools in the area. Then they have Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy, ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠 Classical Academy, and ℍ𝕼𝕠𝕠 Community College, which is kind of a funny name, I think, because this whole area, like I said, in the beginning of the area is located in isothermal belt, so it's a lot warmer here, and the growing season is longer, and all those good things. There's an Ingles grocery store right outside of Chimney Rock in ℂ𝕠𝕠𝕠, just like maybe a couple miles down the road, so it's not too far. If you need to go to places like Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot, you would have to go to either Rutherford or Hendersonville, which again, the road to Hendersonville has been damaged and it's gonna take God knows how long. It's just gonna be a little longer way to go to those bigger stores, bigger box stores, but everything is still here. And people who come and choose to live in the area, not just come and choose to vacation here or have a second home here, they know, right? You need to realize when you come in to live here, you're not coming to a major town or a major city with all kinds of amenities. That's just not gonna happen. You come in here for quieter life, to connect, to be connected with nature, to be surrounded with all these beautiful therapeutic mountains and everything that this nature and the region has to offer. You're not necessarily looking to have DoorDash available to deliver your favorite, pizza or sushi or anything like that. So if you need help figuring out which one of these areas is calling your name, not necessarily this part of Western North Carolina, but maybe other parts, reach out to our team. Our contact information is down in the description. We would love to be your choice of real estate advisors who support your journey relocating to the area. Wow, when we came here this morning, right after 10 we were here, there was nobody here. And now look at this, so many people, people are parking along the road far out. I mean, I would say it's like what, half a mile at least from, maybe a mile, probably a mile now. So this whole area will be open today till 4 p.m. I have very mixed feelings about it. And of course, short-term rentals in Chimney Rock are banned right now until, they have a better picture about all the infrastructure, I guess. But for right now, all short-term rentals are banned. I'm not sure about ℂ𝕠𝕟. I couldn't find any information on ℂ𝕠𝕟 website, but I think ℂ𝕠𝕟 short-term rental market was not impacted, so to speak. And there's plenty of homes right on the lake. Whether or not the market in ℂ𝕠𝕟 will continue to be, strong, it's join me next week on my predictions for 2025 and what's coming to the Asheville area next year.